आ रहा है क्या?
यस
हाँ ठीक है. Started now?
इसको पहले कनेक्ट कर अपने तभी वो ग्रीन होगा.
You see this map? Light you have to. Light switch is there ना? ठीक है?
यस
It's okay. Huh? That's okay, no problem. Now you see this map, huh? This is the Ambaji area. Ambaji area, what is part of Ambaji? Ambaji is part of Delhi supergroup of rocks, Aravalli mountain. Understood na? So this Aravalli mountain, today you are seeing it is a mountain, but once upon a time it was a ocean. It was a ocean, just like Bay of Bengal or Arabian Sea. The very large ocean in which the sediments are deposited. What are the sediments? The shale, carbonate and sandstone. These are the rocks that are deposited in the Aravalli Sea. But along with that, there are many volcanic rocks also, they occur within that sediments. Now you see these green color patches. Huh? These green color patches you see. Very large bodies. Huh? Can you see? Very large bodies. Huh? Yeah. You see these large bodies. And there are small bodies you see. Very chote chote gola. They are all distributed. Now, these are the two types of basic igneous rocks. What are those basic igneous rocks? Now, one which you are seeing here, na, this dot, or gola wala jo hai. So, they are intermixed with the sediments. Which are the sediments? These are the sediments. ये वाला सब sediment है. Sediment के साथ वो intermix है. That means the sedimentation is going on, volcanic eruption is also going on. Understood na? Basaltic flow is taking place. There may be some volcanic eruptions like volcanic ashes, volcanic glasses. So these are submarine volcanism. It includes both flow, basaltic flows as well as the gaseous eruptions. So now those are deposited along with the sediments. So while working in the sedimentary terrain, you will find suddenly, while working in the sedimentary rock, you will find a layer of basalt or a layer of volcanic tuff. So those basalts will be carrying the pillow lavas. Why pillow lavas? Because the eruption is submarine. So you will get pillow lavas. So excellent preservation of pillow lavas you will get there this time if you see. Now these rocks are intermingled with sediments. But these are their intrusives. Intrusives, when sedimentation was going on, large gabbroic intrusion. These are all gabbro. Gabbroic intrusions, very coarse grained. Understood my point, na? What is the mineral present in the gabbro? Plagioclase, pyroxene, magnetites is an essential mineral, you remember. There may be few biotite. Biotite is an optional thing. But definitely you will get these things. Plagioclase, what type of plagioclase are they? Calcic plagioclases. What type of pyroxene? Augite, clinopyroxenes. These are the minerals, they show a very interlocking texture. Between grain to grain there is no space. Interlocking texture you will find. Understood na? So these are the plutons. You can say the gabbro-plutons. Same time, these are volcanic eruption along with the sediments. You know, the basaltic flow came, ऊपर spread हो गया. Then volcanic gas or glass come. They also spread with the sediments. This is one type of eruption. This is intrusion. Very coarse grained means deep-seated intrusions. Now, both the things are metamorphosed. See, your sediments are all metamorphosed to granulite phases. Temperature above 700, 800 degrees centigrade. Granulite phases. So this will be also metamorphosed to granulite phases. They are associated with it. Now point is, are they really metamorphosed or not? You just remember this part, then our discussion will be very fruitful. Now, these rocks, which are occurring as the layer, you know, small layers, intercalations, with the sediments, they are metamorphosed. So they have become basic granulite. Just like the sediments has become pellitic granulite. Some samples you saw ना, pellitic granulite के अंदर आप you must have seen. ये भी ग्रानुलाइट हो गया. ग्रानुलाइट होगा तो क्या मिनरल उसमें होगा? गार्नेट होगा, OPX होगा, CPX होगा. यही मिनरल होंगे ना उसमें. प्लाजियोक्लेज होगा तो वेरी हाई कैल्शियम प्लाजियोक्लेज होगा. Like you know, above andesine, then what comes? Labradorite. That sort of plagioclases are there in the granulite. That is called, we name it as a basic granulite. Why basic granulite? Is parent rock is a basic igneous rock. Followed now. Now, these are those things. Now here you see a line has been drawn here, you know. This is Ambaji. This is Ambaji. ये जो लाइन ड्रॉ किया है ना, ये लाइन का इस तरफ सब ग्रानुलाइट टेरेन है. ये लाइन का इस तरफ सब ग्रानुलाइट्स आर देयर, बट लाइन का इस तरफ जो है वो सब लोअर ग्रेड मेटामॉर्फिज्म में, एम्फिबोलाइट एंड ग्रीन सिस्ट. सो हियर द बेसिक रॉक्स metabasics are of amphibolite and green cyst facies grade, whereas this side of the line they are all granulite facies grade. Follow this point. I am talking about these dots only. मेरा बात समझा? क्यों there is a gradation in the metamorphism? Because these are shallow level rocks. These are deep level rocks. They are now juxtaposed along this line. वो thrusting हुआ होगा, ले आया उसको. मेरा बात समझते कि नहीं समझता? आप अंबाजी में रहेंगे. That is a low grade terrain. Green cyst to amphibolite. But if you go for field work, once you enter into this area, daily you have to go there. So you will get the granulites. Pellitic granulites you will see. Then you will see the basic granulites. You have to follow this point now. The point is, आप इधर आएंगे to this plutons. ये प्लूटोन को आएंगे ना, आप देखेंगे, अरे इसमें तो मेटामॉर्फिज्म ही हुआ नहीं है. ये तो it is standing just like a gabbro. Same plagioclase, no alteration. Pyroxene, no alteration. Magnetite ऐसे ही पड़ा है. No metamorphic mineral has developed. Could you follow this point ना? So earlier, you know, before we start working there, people used to say this is a much younger intrusive. ये metamorphism होने का बाद ये आया. So there is no metamorphism in it. Could you follow this point? So these are very late stage intrusions. ये वाला सब, ये सब, खापा, ये कानपुरा, ये कैंगोरा, ऐसे करके different names are there, ना? Once you go there, you will know it. But first time we discovered, what we discovered, you know, around the margin, ये जो margin है, ये margin, इसका margin जो है, इसका margin जो है, rocks are metamorphosed. Maybe 1 meter, 2 meter width का, the rock is metamorphosed to a basic granulite. You understand my point? आप यहाँ से 2 मीटर 3 मीटर जाइए, यहाँ से यहाँ. They're all garnet, OPX, CPX, plus bearing rocks are there here in the same pluton, but margin में. But if you go inside the pluton, you know, no metamorphism. Yeah, could you understand point na? Once you go into the interior of the Pluton, you will not find any metamorphic imprint. But if you are standing on the periphery, those things are there. So then what we interpreted, these are the Plutons, very coarse grained rocks. Understood na? So it is not only temperature and pressure which creates metamorphism. खाली टेम्परेचर प्रेशर देने से क्या होगा? You need to have fluid inside. Fluid is the major agent. ना ये जब एक कोर्स ग्रेन प्लूटोनिक रॉक्स है, इसका अंदर तो फ्रैक्चर कम है. प्लूटोनिक रॉक है ना, अंदर में है, बड़े बड़े ग्रेन है, दे आर टाइटली इंटरलॉक्ड. सो ये जो सराउंडिंग में जो फ्लूइड है, द सेडिमेंट का अंदर जो फ्लूइड है, दिस कुड नॉट पास मच इन थ्रू इट टू द इंटीरियर ऑफ द प्लूटोन. जा नहीं पाया. सो दिस रिमेन इंटैक्ट. बट वेयर द साइड, इसमें जो है द पेरिफेरल पार्ट थोड़ा चिलिंग है, कांटेक्ट में है ना सेडिमेंट का, द इंट्रूसिव बॉडी, द पेरिफेरल और द मार्जिन पार्ट्स हैज लॉट ऑफ फ्रैक्चर्स. सो फ्लूइड फ्रॉम सेडिमेंट्स would go into it and got metamorphosed. That helped in the metamorphism. Since temperature pressure is surrounding is undergoing a granulite phase is metamorphism, so this peripheral part also underwent a granulite phase is metamorphism. Because surrounding is high temperature and pressure. Now, but inside one, it is also experiencing similar pressure and temperature. But since there is no fluid, metamorphic fluid, so no metamorphism happened. So this time if you happen to visit some of these plutons, you see this picture. Very coarse grained gabbro, norites are there. Norite, you understand na? Gabbro norite difference, one is OPX berry. So those things you will find here. It's a classic example how the fluid damages the rock. Now ये जो छोटे छोटे बॉडी था, ये तो स्मॉल बॉडीज ना, मैक्सिमम हाफ ए मीटर थिक. They are flows, or they have been settled in the ocean. Suppose a pillow lava, it is inside the marine, inside the ocean. So right from the day it is taking birth, water is washing it. It is inside the water. So alteration is taking place right from the day one. Water is going into the body. Similarly, the volcanic ashes or volcanic glasses which are falling in the sea, उसका अंदर तो porosity बहुत है. So water will go penetrate into it during metamorphism. That is why all these are metamorphosed, either to a greenschist or amphibolite phases or to a granulite phases, depending on the zone where you are seeing. Whereas these plutons, they remain unmetamorphosed by and largely, leaving aside the peripheral part. Peripheral part you will find these things metamorphism. So they are not in fact two different types of plutonic intrusions. Same plutonic intrusions, but one is affected by those fluid, the other one is not affected by fluid. Could you follow this point now? Okay. Now another point you remember, you just note down these things, why many plutons remain untouched or unmetamorphosed. Now you see these plutons, you see, they are gabbroic pluton. Gabbroic pluton है कि नहीं? Now what is the temperature of crystallization? Plagioclase, pyroxene, these are the major element ना, major minerals ना. ये 1400 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड है, उसका crystallization. Understood ना? Now आप granulite phases metamorphism दिया है, या granulite phases metamorphism दिया है, वो कितना दिया है आपने? 700, 800 दिया है ना? तो ये 700 उसका क्या करेगा? वो तो ऑलरेडी 14 पे बैठा है. खाली टेम्परेचर प्रेशर कैन नॉट डू एनीथिंग टू गैब्रोइक प्लूटो. बट पेरिफेरल पार्ट को क्यों कर रहे हैं? व्हाई यू आर एबल टू अफेक्ट द पेरिफेरल पार्ट? बिकॉज यू आर एडिंग वाटर टू इट, हाइड्रोथर्मल फ्लूइड टू इट. दो योर टेम्परेचर इज लेस, ग्रानुलाइट फेसिस मेटामॉर्फिज्म टेम्परेचर इज लेस, बट इट इज एडेड बाय ए फ्लूइड एक्शन. सो ये जो पेरिफेरल पार्ट है ना, ये सब मेटामॉर्फिज्म हो गया, ये इसका. तो आप यहाँ से बेसिक ग्रेनुलाइट मिलेंगे, बट वंस यू गो इनसाइड वो सब लॉस्ट, वो नहीं मिलेंगे आप। तो ये चीज को फर्स्ट टाइम वी ऑब्जर्व देयर, सो दैट इज व्हाट आई वांटेड टू शेयर। एंड सिमिलर दिस थिंग्स यू कैन आल्सो नोट डाउन इन योर metamorphism of basic rocks. The rest is phases. Rest is phases of minerals that we will discuss now. Understood now this part now?
Yes, sir.
Let us see how far you will be successful in seeing all these things. Let us see. Then again we will come back to some other thing, but little later. आ रहा है सुधा, अच्छा। सो बट दीज आर, ये तो कभी मेटामॉर्फिज्म हुआ ही नहीं, डेक्कन ट्राप और सिंघभूम क्रैटन का जो मालांतोली ये राजमहल, एंड सिमिलरली इन ऑल्सो धरोहर क्रैटन। धरोहर क्रैटन यू सी, वेयर इज धरोहर क्रैटन? धरोहर क्रैटन इज हियर ना, धरोहर क्रैटन, धरोहर क्रैटन। धरोहर क्रैटन also full of basic rocks, ultra basic rocks. ये basic rocks, not tholite, mostly comatiites type, comatiites. Greenstone belt I have told you that day.
Yes, sir.
Greenstone belts. Then you have some intrusives, periodites. Periodite intrusives are there. ये रॉक भी वेरी हाई ग्रेड में मेटामॉर्फिज्म नहीं हुआ है, these basic rocks ना, but since these are archean, you know, for long time now a lot of erosion has taken place, but whatever you are seeing today here na, they are very deeper part of the Dharohar craton. So this has been metamorphosed to green schist facies, green schist facies, green schist facies. All greenstones are green schist facies, remember. हम ग्रीन सिस्ट फेसिस क्यों बोलते हैं? उसमें दो मिनरल के लिए हम ग्रीन सिस्ट फेसिस बोलते हैं, एक तो क्लोराइड है और एपिडोट। दे गिव ए ग्रीन कलर टू द रॉक, ग्रीन सिस्ट फेसिस। वो जो ग्रीन सिस्ट फेसिस ज्यादा इफेक्टिव टू दिस मेटाबेसिक रॉक्स। सेडिमेंटरी रॉक में तो एपिडोट आता ही नहीं, क्लोराइड आता है, बट मोस्टली बायोटाइट। बायोटाइट तो इज नॉट ग्रीन. So in sedimentary rock, the green schist facies rocks are not green in color; they are dark in color. Biotite is dominating, thoda greenish black. But if you come to basic rock, if it is metamorphosed in green schist facies, it is really green in color. Biotite is not there. You have epidotes, you have chloride. So the chloride is the dominating. फिर आगे actinolite मिल जाएगा. Actinolite, this chloride and epidote. Three minerals are the minerals in the green schist facies assemblages. So they really give a green appearance to the rock. That is why these belts are called greenstone belts. The rock is green color. Understood na? And what is the grade of metamorphism?
Low grade.
Low grade. Green schist facies grade. Green schist facies grade. They are also called schist belts. They are not called granulite belts. They are called schist belts because they are in green schist facies. So entire Dharohar craton or even Singhbhum craton, you will find these greenstones. Greenstones are green color rocks due because of these minerals. Chloride, epidote, actinolite. Remember, sometimes question comes, हम भाईवा में कोई पूछ ले, why it called greenstone? ये green क्यों है? Because of these three minerals. इसका composition कोई पेलेटिक नहीं है. इसका composition is basic. Basic to ultra basic. Comatiites are there ना. Ultra basic भी हो सकता है इसमें. But after metamorphism, they produce these three minerals in green schist facies. Follow ना? So these three minerals you remember. That is why it is called greenstone. बोलिए.
सर अगर ये ग्रीन schist facies में हमको ग्रीनस्टोन मिल रहा है, तो सर वो पहले बेसिक रॉक होगा,
हाँ.
अल्ट्रा बेसिक होगा.
हाँ.
तो सर धरोहर में अल्ट्रा बेसिक इंट्रूसिव कैसे है?
ये है ना, ये पेरियोडाइट्स. पेरियोडाइट्स आर अल्ट्रा बेसिक. ओलिविन एंड पायरोक्सिन का रॉक है ना पेरियोडाइट्स. दैट इज द अल्ट्रा बेसिक इंट्रूसिव्स.
सर इसका मतलब कि धरोहर भी पहले ओशन
Archean oceans are all melt ocean, no water ocean. Melt.
Yes, sir.
लावा ही लावा है. Very little amount of sedimentary rocks are there during Archean time. बहुत कम है. No carbonate, very little carbonate. Sediments तो बहुत ही कम है. So mostly these rocks, basalt rocks, ultrabasic rocks, komatiites, these are the rocks. That time the crust was very thin, na? So it was just blasting out and volcanic eruption was taking place. Proterozoic जब हुआ तब crust become thicker. तब जाके ocean बना, big oceans, like our Arabian Sea or Indian Ocean, ऐसे बना. तब sedimentary rock बना Proterozoic time में. After 2.4, 2.5 बिलियन ईयर के बाद ओशन क्रिएट हुआ. पहले ओशन था नहीं. आर्कियन टाइम में वेरी स्मॉलर स्केल ओशंस वर देयर टुवर्ड्स एंड पार्ट ऑफ आर्कियन. पहले तो था ही नहीं. सो लार्ज मेल्ट पूल्स वर देयर, मेल्ट ओशंस आर देयर, वेरी लिटिल वाटर. वहाँ इतना टेम्परेचर था, वाटर रहेगा ही नहीं, इवापोरेट हो जाएगा सब. द क्रस्ट वाज वेरी हॉट, क्रस्ट वाज वेरी हॉट. कोमाटिएट्स का मोस्टली दीजिए मैग्नीशियम रिच ना, मेल्ट से मेंटल से आता है. मेंटल वाज वेरी क्लोज बाय, मे बी 10 किलोमीटर और 5 किलोमीटर बिलो मेंटल वाज एग्जिस्टिंग. इतना मेंटल जब इतना नजदीक में है तो हाउ दी थर्मल और द टेम्परेचर ऑफ द क्रस्ट विल बी लेस. इट इज वेरी हाई. सो वाटर रह नहीं सकता है, दे आर ऑल इन वेपर फॉर्म. तो ओशन बन नहीं सकता है. और प्रोटोजोइक टाइम में क्रस्ट बिकम्स थिक, so it becomes cool. Understood? Now we'll go to now suppose मैं कोई एक बेसिक रॉक लेता हूँ जो मेटामॉर्फिज्म हुआ है. दिस इज मेटामॉर्फोज्ड, मेटा बेसिक रॉक. इसके जो पेरेंट रॉक कंपोजिशन वो तो प्लाजियोक्लेस है. व्हाट इज द टाइप ऑफ प्लाजियोक्लेस? कैल्सिक, द लैब्राडोराइट या बाइटोनाइट, यही है ना, प्लस पायरोक्सिन. दीज आर द टू एसेंशियल. व्हिच आर द पायरोक्सिन्स? ओगाइट या पिजियोनाइट. यही मिनरल थे ना उसमें. नाउ दीज मिनरल्स नाउ विल अंडरगो मेटामॉर्फिज्म. Could you follow this point? Now remember, so they will be metamorphosed to gradually to zeolite facies. फिर आएगा प्रेनाइट पंपिलाइट फेसिस, फिर आएंगे ग्रीनसिस्ट फेसिस, फिर आएंगे एम्फिबोलाइट फेसिस, देन इट विल गो टू ग्रानुलाइट फेसिस. दिस इज हाउ द मेटामॉर्फिज्म विल टेक प्लेस. ठीक है. सो दिस फेसिस सीरीज ना दे बिलोंग टू मीडियम टेम्परेचर एंड प्रेशर स्लोप. इसमें प्रेशर और टेम्परेचर, यही प्रेशर है, ये टेम्परेचर है. बारहवीं टाइप है डी पी बाई डी टी